Welcome everyone, welcome into the channel. This is Lunar Goddess Tarot. I'm Sarah and I'll be your intuitive guide and your reader today. So today we have a very special Halloween reading. So as you all know, I am on vacation, but I'm very called to do this reading for you guys. Today is my birthday, it's also Halloween, so it's just a very auspicious day. And the veil is very thin right now, so the messages are coming in rather strongly. I'm sure a lot of you are feeling that at this time. And the divine masculines have been very subdued and very quiet as of late. There's been a ton of transformational energy that's coming through for the divine feminine in the month of October here. As we exit the month of October, we're still heavy into Scorpio season, guys. So I want to reiterate that Scorpio season is the rebirth season. It's the season of the phoenix. So we are rising from the ashes of what was into what will be. So there is a ton of future energy that's coming through. And this reading was calling to me this morning after I woke up, and I decided, I had brought a few decks with me here on vacation, so I decided this reading needs to come out today, and you guys need to hear this. The collective needs to hear some messages from the divine masculine, which I will be using Diane Garris's deck here, the Twin Flame Mirror. Please go over to her Etsy shop and support her. She's got some beautiful decks there, and this is also her deck, and this is the integration cards. These are basically my favorite deck now. They've become my favorite deck. This message deck has become my favorite message deck. And then I'll be using the tarot here, the Muse Tarot, in order to get some clarifiers from the tarot cards. So what I'm going to do first is we'll get the messages a little bit later, so do stay tuned for the entirety of the reading. And we're going to actually start with the integration cards. We're going to start by receiving some energetic messages. These cards work with the chakras and the layers of the chakras. So we're going to go in and we're going to get messages for both the feminine and the masculine regarding the chakras, regarding the current energy that each is in. Now, please keep in mind that you can use the masculine cards for your inner divine masculine and the feminine cards that I'm pulling for the feminine energy for your inner divine feminine. So if you're a masculine watching, this will still be very important for you. And if you're a feminine watching, this will be important for you to tune into the energy of your inner divine masculine, not just the outer physical manifestation, which of course is made manifest by your inner divine masculine and inner divine feminine. Okay, so calling on my guides, my highest self, and calling on my light team, as well as the ancestors, since it is Halloween here. The veil is thin, as I've spoken about. Manifestations are very profound at this time. It's a beautiful time to be meditating. It's a beautiful time to be manifesting. Beautiful time to take some rest today and to really tune into your connection, tune into yourself, tune into your desires, your dreams, your goals, and the things that you want to create and make manifest in your life. We're going to tune in first, please, to the divine feminine. So we're going to get the energy of the divine feminine. She's working within her sacral chakra, and then we see some beautiful, joyful energy here coming from the heart chakra. So I'm going to go ahead and just pull these cards in so that they're a little bit closer for you guys to see. This is a beautiful energy. So this would be the fourth layer of the chakra system, the heart chakra. This is the layer of joy where we discover the true joy. This is not the fleeting happiness that comes from other people giving, things that other people can give us. This comes from the true experience of knowing thyself and mastering oneself and accepting oneself. So there's a real element here of self-love that's coming through with the joy card. So really accepting, self-acceptance, self-love. And I see that the feminine here has worked on shame, has worked on also healing sexual energies and sexual interactions with others. So the third layer here of the sacral chakra is the womb chakra. It's also the chakra of sacred sexuality, sensuality, relationships, how we relate to others. And you see here that there's a house in this card. So it's the house on which our power is built or housed. So it's kind of like a check yourself before you wreck yourself energy here, because we can use our power to our detriment, or we can use our power to really transform our lives, transform our relationships, and transform situations in which we find ourselves in. So there's a powerful manifestation energy here that I see in creating, using your power to create more joy, tapping into that sacral chakra of creativity, of creation, and also creating more joy by really mastering that sacral chakra energy. Instead of just, you know, when the sacral chakra is out of balance, you can either become sort of celibate, and you can kind of become like a nun-like, if you will, and just kind of swear off sex and swear off intimate relationships. Or you can swing, the pendulum can swing in the opposite direction, and you may find yourself, you know, sleeping with people or having intimate relationships with people just for the sake of kind of feeling good, or the sake of wanting to, sort of trying to fill your cup, but in the wrong way, right? So you can either become very sexually promiscuous, or you can swing to the opposite side of the pendulum, is what I'm trying to say. So it's interesting here, because a lot of feminines have found themselves really going within so much that you're not necessarily dating, you're not necessarily focusing on the physical intimacy. You've been focusing on the intimacy within yourself in order to really heal any past traumas in regards to the sacral chakra, sexual trauma, sexual abuse, as have the masculines. So really beautiful to see this energy here, and that joy is coming into that sacral chakra as well. So heart chakra healing, sacral chakra healing for the feminines. And then for the masculines, guys, have had a ton. So where the feminine will have 1 or 2 cards, the masculine will pull 5 or 6. It's just what's been happening here. So we have truth and future. What I'm seeing with the feminines are working a lot in the lower chakras right now, and this is kind of amazing. The masculine is working all in the upper chakras. Look at this. We've got the 6th, the 5th, the 6th, and the 8th chakra. So let me make sure that you guys can see that here. We have the future, okay, that is the third eye chakra. We have also intuition, that's the third eye. Then we have truth, this is the throat chakra. This is where the masculines have begun to start speaking their truth. And then we have here continuation. That's the first time I'm seeing that card. And then ascension. So the masculines are ascending. I mean, this is very clear. This is all blue and purple energy. These are the higher chakras, the higher vibrations. So feminines, you're actually working more in the physical realm right now, and the masculines are now working once again, as was happening earlier this year, in those higher chakras and higher realms. This is beautiful to see, divine masculine, beautiful, incredible energy, because now we know that the truth is ready to be spoken. Now we understand that it wasn't an ending. This is a continuation of the connection, but the ending of a cycle, the beginning of a new cycle. They're using their intuition to move forward into the future. They're seeing things clearly. This is clairvoyance coming in, future energy, being able to see clearly, being able to intuit. This is so big. This is big, 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 big energy here for the divine masculines. They're starting to see the mirror reflection. You see the water droplets here, the spiral here in the water, the mirror reflection. They're starting to understand it's all coming full circle. They're receiving clarity. This is clarity here. They speak their truth. Not only are they sharing their truth with others and having others receive it better than expected, while others in their life are walking away, because the masculine's at a place where they don't understand who they are right now. They don't understand who they are, where they've been, where they're going necessarily, but they know that there's going to be some clarity, but they have to continue on this ascension path. They have to trust what they're feeling, trust what they're seeing, And also understand that this is just a continuation, that, you know, this life is a continuation of many, many past lives with you. This isn't the only lifetime they've had with you. This isn't the only lifetime they've had on earth. That this lifetime, you know, is for mastery of this twin flame connection and mastery of the energies of the, you know, the twin flame. So I'm going to look here for some more information on this continuation card, because as I mentioned, it's my first time seeing this card. This is still a somewhat new deck for me. So it says life is a continuum, is on a continuum. Lessons not mastered here, we take with us. In this lifetime, we receive many messages and signs pointing us in the direction our spirit wants us to go. You're being asked to function now as your highest and best, with consciousness and belief systems expanded and working in balance and harmony. When you live earthly life from this level, right, they're seeing things from a higher perspective. Your frequency changes. Their frequency, their energy is shifting, guys, rapidly. Life can change for the better, dramatically so. Positive change is afoot for you in all walks of life, all aspects, all of the relationships. This is so, so, so big. I don't even know how to convey this. Like these energies, guys, huge. This is all upper chakras. Higher energies. They're taking those lower vibrations. They're transmuting all of that into healing themselves, into healing this connection, healing in this lifetime. So this, you know, this ascension card is really the visual of that transformation. It's transforming the lower into the higher. Okay, you take the lower energy to the higher, and that's what they're doing. That's why the feminine energy right now is able to work within the lower chakras, because the feminine's mastered a lot of these energies. Now she gets to go and master the physical realm, while the masculine works on mastering this higher realm. It's foreign to these masculines. It feels strange, it feels odd, but they're starting the process of acceptance here. So they're taking the energies that are present in those lower chakras, and they're starting to transform or transmute that energy into energy. So this is like an integration period for the masculines. They're integrating the lower chakras with the upper chakras, and they're empowered. They're empowering themselves, guys, to take right action, to speak their truth. No more mincing words for fear of hurting someone's feelings. They're done with that. That's over. This is the time for the divine masculine to really, really own their truth, own their power, and really to stop people pleasing. You know, that's been a huge issue with the masculines in the past, is people pleasing just for the sake of making other people happy, but at the expense of their own happiness, including not accepting the connection with the feminine, you know, not accepting the joy and the love that she was trying to give him. And so the masculine's had a lot of time here. A lot of things have been sort of shaken up in his life and his inner world that has put him on this path of ascension. So I'm going to move on now to, actually, I'm going to pull, because I just love these cards so much. I'm going to pull a card or two here, depending on what wants to come out. For the union energy, the Hyros Gamos energy here, the angel of perspective. Yes, definitely. Both twins are seeing things from a new and higher enlightened perspective, an integrated perspective. 3, life force. That's the solar plexus energy, vital life force. That is the center and seat of your personal power. It houses your personal sun. It's a strength, courageous energy here. It's how we take those leaps of faith. So what's happening within the connection? And then look, we have the root chakra here, creation energy. So there's the energy of creation and life force that is present in the union energy right now. It's a very, very bold energy that is really coming up here for the twins. And you'll be feeling this within yourself if you've reached that place of inner union. The angel of perspective to me is the angel of, it's divine justice. That's how I see her, divine justice, because you have, this looks like a courtroom. It looks like the, you know, sort of the Libra energy of the scales being balanced in favor of these divine connections. So where you felt that things have really gone wrong within the connection, you have been wrong. The universe hasn't seen you or hasn't respected the connection. hasn't brought you the gifts that you thought this connection was going to bring you, that is going to start to shift so that these divine connections can be grounded into the physical realm. So let's get some energies now for as the divine masculine navigates this journey right now. And then we're going to get some messages, guys. So continue to stay tuned because I am going to get some messages from the masculine for the feminine. Masculine is, yes, very, very, okay. So hopefully, yes, hopefully you guys can see. I'm having to do like a rigged setup here because I didn't bring my microphone or my stand. But this is the Hierophant energy here. So the masculine is in the energy of becoming the ascended master. So while it may feel like there's a lapse in your connection or a disconnect, he's connecting to his higher self. Okay, it's like you can see the lower self, the higher self. He's connecting to this place inside of him that actually has all of the answers, where he doesn't have to pretend to know everything or have everything. He's starting to really realize that life is a creation of his own mind, his thoughts, his beliefs, right? He's starting to master his thoughts during this cycle. And, you know, to me, the Hierophant represents the energy of mastery. It represents the energy of mastery of self first and foremost. And I feel like there is nothing that this masculine will not be able to conquer once he becomes this, you know, spiritual master, this ascended master in his own right. He's starting to trust himself instead of going to you, the feminine, mostly because the feminine has pulled away her energy. So now he's gone within to himself to master himself and mastering the process of ascension. And that's really incredible. That's really where we want the masculine to be. He is his own teacher. He is his own mentor. He is his own leader and guide. And it's kind of like he's finding himself in this place where the answers are contained within, but that they've always been contained within. Sort of, I just heard nowhere to hide. He can't hide in the feminine, like in her shadow anymore. He had to step up and become the master of his domain and the master of his fate and his destiny. So let's get some energy here for the divine feminine. Just saw justice on the bottom of the deck as I was shuffling. So interesting. So we have the Four of Wands feminine coming out. So the Four of Wands, as we know, can be considered the union card. But as you guys know, I'm a big proponent of inner union, of mastery of self first. You can't master the physical connection with your counterpart, who is the physical manifestation of the other you, until you've mastered inner union and gone within and mastered your inner feminine and inner masculine. Otherwise, the runner-chaser cycles will continue. The masculine will run, you will chase, you'll swap roles. There will be karmic energies, karmic situations until you've mastered that place of inner union that exists inside of you, not outside of you. The answers are within. That's what the masculine is figuring out, and that's what the feminine is not starting to figure out, but that's what the feminine knows, but she has to believe it down into her bones, down into her cells. This is definitely a celebratory energy here. So something is going to happen that's worthy of celebration here in the feminine's world in the near future. This can indicate union, physical union, spiritual union, inner union. You know, this can indicate union on the higher planes. This can, of course, also indicate marriages, some sort of celebration, some sort of event where people are experiencing profound moments of joy. There's a sacredness to the Four of Wands, and I do feel like this is indicating for a lot of feminines that you've reached that place of inner union, and now you get to bask in the glory of your inner sanctum. Let's get some messages now from the Divine Masculine to his Divine Feminine. So these are messages. This is the Twin Flame Mirror Dialogue. It's an oracle deck by Diane Garris. Her link will be below. She has an Etsy shop, and these are very high vibrational decks, all of them. So you'll know which ones are you're ready for and which ones are calling out to you. The integration deck here, these cards, very high vibrational. Very incredible energy to work with. You will see as you touch them, as you connect with these cards, what they bring out for you and how they assist you in your journey. They're great cards to pull in the morning to help direct your day and to help just get you into that balanced mindset of what needs to be worked on that day, what can be cleansed and cleared, and to empower yourself also. So we're asking for messages from the Divine Masculine Collective to the Divine Feminine Collective right now. I'm working on myself. Yes, Divine Masculine, right? I'm working on myself. And we know that because we've seen that here. We've seen that in his cards. I'm working on myself. He also says, I am hiding my true feelings from you. So what's happening right now? He's not actually in hiding. He's not running. He's not actively running right now. So if it feels like he's running, check into yourself to see where you might be running from yourself. He's not running. He's in the Hierophant energy. This is very different. But he hasn't run from himself. He's becoming a master. He's practicing self-mastery, and that takes dedication, time, loyalty to self, energy. So the best thing to do, honestly, right now, feminines, if you're in a form of physical separation, is to not focus on the separation, is to focus on the union, the togetherness, and focus on yourself, your dreams, your goals. Remember, the feminine's working in the physical realm right now. So focusing on bringing in healing into the creative aspects of yourself, your womb, and also the heart, bringing in more joy. Feminine, bring in more joy into your life. This is the celebration of you. And don't make the main goal physical union, because then everything revolves around physical union. The when, the how, the why. Just focus on your journey. The journey is greater than the destination. The journey is everything. So let's get some more messages from the collective Divine Masculine to the collective Divine Feminine. I haven't forgotten you. So I feel like this is a message for a specific group of you who have been, this month in particular, feeling really challenged emotionally and feeling like your masculine has forgotten you. So he's saying, I haven't forgotten you. You're still on my mind. You're still in my heart. You are a part of me. And I couldn't forget you even if I wanted to. That's not possible. We are always linked. We are always together. We are always connected. Messages from the collective Divine Masculine. Financial issues are a concern. So for some of them, especially those that are leaving karmic jobs, karmic relationships, marriages, situations, they're working on their finances at this time so that they can provide more stability to you and to have inside of the connection. So remember, the masculine is still a masculine. They want to provide. They want to be the provider. They feel they have to work on worthiness here because they can feel less than if the feminine is the provider. But this is something that is going to be healed within this connection. Again, as you heal this within your own self, heal it within and it will be healed without. I want to return to you. So we have these messages. I'm working on myself. I haven't forgotten you. I do want to return to you. I don't feel good enough for you. Yes, self-worthiness. So these are the messages here from your Divine Masculine at this time. Self-worth is definitely something that the masculine gets to master on this journey in this lifetime. But he's letting you know, I do want to return to you. I haven't forgotten you. I haven't forgotten this connection or how it makes me feel or how it's changed my life. I haven't even gotten to thank you for all the changes that have occurred inside of me. He's working on healing any relationship he has with money and with things, with this idea that money can make you happy or things make you happy instead of relationships, instead of working on what true joy is, which is what the feminine is going to be teaching him here. The feminine energy is teaching the masculine energy. He's saying, I'm hiding my true feelings from you because I don't feel good enough for you. So how could I reveal how I truly feel if I don't trust that you're going to return those feelings, if I don't trust that you're not going to hurt me? And it doesn't matter how many times you say to them, I'm never going to leave you, I won't abandon you, I want to be with you. They have to believe that within themselves first in order to return to you and make that commitment. The reason why the masculine doesn't commit to the feminine initially isn't because he doesn't want to be with you or love you. It's not because he thinks you're unworthy. It's because he feels unworthy of you, of receiving your love. So then he can't give it because he doesn't know how to receive it. So he's got to learn how to receive and give love, feminines. So I'm going to just finish out the reading here. We're going to close it out. I'm going to go back to the tarot for a moment, and I'm going to pull union energy. Seven of Pentacles. So what we know there is there's a foundation that's been built. Now you get to step away, feminine, so that the seeds have been well planted. Now you get to step back to allow those seeds to sprout without focusing on them. It's kind of like when you're boiling a pot of water and you're watching, are you there yet? Are we there yet? Are you boiling? And it takes forever to boil. But if you were to step away and do something else for 5 minutes, 7 minutes, whatever, it would boil. So it's that energy here within the connection. Don't hyper focus on the connection, on what he's doing, on when it's going to happen. Instead, focus on yourself and focus on what you can control within your own reality. The Three of Wands, interesting. So this is sort of the card of, it's interesting because it's similar energy to the Seven of Pentacles, waiting for your ships to come in here. Inspiration is the Wands deck. This is the Wand suite in this particular deck. So we have this energy here of sort of like, it's expectation energy of expecting something to happen because, again, the seeds have been well planted. So you're making progress. Both of these cards speak of making progress and not sitting around waiting for something to happen, but instead moving forward with your life, Divine Feminine. This is definitely direction for the Divine Feminine here. There's an expansion, there's opportunities. Things are happening, things are on the horizon, but just because they're not coming yet, there's divine pauses that are happening for a reason. So divine timing is at play here. So trust in the divine timing. Don't force, don't push, and know that right now things are being worked on heavily. Miracles are happening, magic is happening behind the scenes. So I hope this has been helpful for all of you out there. Please do share, please like this video, please subscribe to the channel, and click on that bell icon so you receive all notifications every time I go live, every time I post a video. And thank you for watching. Thank you for your loyalty to the channel. Thank you for all of your support in every aspect. And if you haven't checked out Patreon, go over. I just posted 2 new videos within the past week. And check out the different tiers and different levels over there. And that's a great way to get additional support on your journey and also to support me and the work that I'm doing here in the world. I thank you again so much. Happy Halloween, guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful, safe day and evening. And I'll see you guys really soon.